Hello everyone, today's video I'll be showing you how I did my vintage scroll design here. As you can see, I have a little bit of growth out here. This is 3 weeks of wear with very little tip wear and almost a completely perfect manicure still. This is Crystal Nails Crystal Lac one-step gel polish that I used on my nails. Very nice product, all in one, base color and top coat. As you can see here, it is quite thick, but it's not sticky and it's easy to use. I used two very thin coats, however, on my nails just to make sure I had good coverage. But the swatch stick here, you can see nice coverage in one coat. That shine is what you get as the end result. I'll be using First Gel's Jet Black and Royal Nude to make our design here. Also my Crystal Nails, very fine detail brush. And also we'll be using the Silver Ultra Mini 12-0. This is what I'll use to make the dots, the small dots with. So we're going to start with our First Gel Jet Black. It's very pigmented. Goes on smoothly. One coat is all you need really because of the high pigmentation of it. It doesn't spread with the body heat, so that's another plus with gel paints. You want it to stay put, and these are very nice for that. I wanted to keep the frame kind of thin. I wanted it to be more delicate looking, so I didn't do it as wide as I've previously done before. As with any gel product, if you mess up, if your lines get a little wonky, you can come in with a little bit of alcohol and clean those right up. It's not a problem. And once you finish your frame, you'll go ahead and cure that in an LED for 30 seconds. Now we're going to take our Royal Nude color and we're just going to form those tiny dots all around the frame. So just take a little bit on the brush and come in and just dab those little dots all around. Try to make them as evenly spaced as you can. And once you're finished making the dots, we'll go ahead and cure that. Once again, 30 seconds in an LED. These are also UV curable, so I would think the standard 2 minutes in a UV. Now we'll use our jet black color and we're going to form our scroll design. You don't have to do scrolls if you don't like. You can really just do anything you like. I just thought that the flourishes and the scrolls kind of lent to the vintage look. I also found that kind of less is more sometimes with this particular technique of going back over it with the nude color. On my right hand, I tended to get a little bit busier with the design and a little less so on my left hand, and I actually like the designs better on my left hand that have a little more open space where that lilac color can show through. But that's certainly a personal preference. I really like these Crystal Nails art brushes. They're so fine that towards the tip, it's almost down. In fact, I think it is pretty much down to one hair as it tapers off to that tip. And it's a very nice way to get the very fine line designs. They're not quite so fine in this particular design, but you can certainly get them with these brushes. So you could stop right there, or you can be like me and add a few more touches here and there. We're going to go ahead and cure that for 30 seconds. And now we're simply going to trace over the design with our royal nude color. This will help give it that kind of almost antique look, vintage look. You don't want to cover the black completely with the nude color. You do want a little bit of that black to show through. I'll apologize now. My camera was getting a little wonky on me. I didn't notice until I was finished that there's a couple of times in here that it just seemed to want to focus on the background rather than the foreground. So you still get the gist of what I'm doing though. So again, just lightly go over those areas with the nude color. And very pretty antique look there. Go ahead and cure that for 30 seconds. And while the color has a top coat built in, I wanted to make sure that the artwork was protected. So I did go ahead and add a top coat to my design. And it does have a raised effect, so you want to make sure that that top coat gets into all the little nooks and crannies there, making sure to get out any air bubbles. And cure for 30 seconds. Now moving on to the accent nail. In the interest of time, I've already done the outside frame and also the oval frame. What we'll do here is add our dots around that oval. I didn't want them too big and I didn't want them too close together as that gel would kind of run together, so just try to get them as evenly spaced around that oval as you can. You do want it to touch the frame, almost as if it's kind of a welded look. And now we're ready to cure that. We're just going to take a little of my True Gel Marshmallow, which is a white, and we're simply going to paint the inside of the oval with that white. No need for a thick layer here, you just want an even layer to make sure that the pink doesn't come through. If you find that you've gotten any of the white onto the frame, simply clean it up with a little brush and a little bit of alcohol. And we'll cure that for 30 seconds in the LED lamp as well. I'm going to remove the sticky layer. And now we'll go ahead and do our roses. I'll use First Gel's Rich Berry. And we're just going to do some freehand roses here. For this, you could certainly maybe paint some watercolor roses, or whatever, even a cameo. If you're that much of an artist, you can certainly do that. Actually paint a cameo in there, that would have been pretty. I did one larger rose, as you can see, and one more that was kind of smaller one up towards the top. And we'll cure that again for 30 seconds. Okay, now we're ready to take our royal nude color. We're going to outline that frame. We're going to place a little bit of the nude color on top of the small dots that we placed around the frame. And again, I apologize, this is the one area of the video that pretty much stayed out of focus, but you get the idea. It's the same technique I used for the scrolls. We're just lightly going over the black with that nude color. And we're going around the frame, just like we did on the other nail. And after curing, we're going to go ahead and give a little dimension to that cameo area with some builder gel. I used my Fink's gel, but you can certainly use any kind of builder gel. I did notice when I used this that because I applied so much all at once that there was a bit of a heat spike when I cured it. So if you know that your builder gel does that, you might want to layer this particular area here rather than do one thick area. Just layer it, do two small, thinner areas. You want to make sure that you have a level, not level, I should say, an even kind of a sloping to that area before you actually cure that. And you'll top coat everything to protect the artwork once again. And you can cure that for 30 seconds in the LED lamp and remove the sticky layer. And here's the finished product. Very pretty vintage look. I hope you guys have enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any questions or comments for me, as always, you can leave them down at the bottom. I will certainly try to answer them as soon as possible. Thank you for everyone's support, and until next time, I will see you guys later.